What has been the hardest addiction for me to overcome? What's up, you guys? My name's Nicole Pludre. I'm a person in long-term recovery. I love to talk about drugs, addiction, recovery, and so much more. Check out some of my videos. I have a playlist called What Drugs, and I share so much information in that playlist. But let's get into this video. So what addiction has been the hardest for me to overcome? Food addiction. Food addiction is something that I've struggled with way before I ever got on drugs or alcohol. Now that I am an adult, I'm 41, I have been kind of reflecting back on my childhood and the way my family would center a lot of, things around food. And I think a lot of people do that here in America. I don't know if it's like that other countries, but we center, birthdays, weddings, anniversaries, you got a new job, any kind of celebration is celebrated around food, cake, ice cream, a whole spread, whatever. Ever since I was a little girl, I have always struggled with my food intake. And I was really thinking back to when I was younger and I had to, when I lived with my family. My dad's Italian. And when we were little girls, my dad used to say, manja, manja, eat, eat. And we had to finish our plate. If we didn't finish the food on our plate, we would have to sit there until the food was finished. And I honestly feel like this had a contribution to me becoming a food addict. I think my food addiction really started to get really bad when I got sober from drugs, and it was my early recovery around year 2 or 3. I was really struggling to find things that I was passionate about doing, and I found myself kind of feeling empty inside. Then the pandemic hit, and I felt even more empty inside, and I felt alone, and I felt afraid. And then my husband relapsed. And during that time, I used food to comfort my soul, you guys, to keep me from going out and shooting dope. Real talk. Because when my husband relapsed, I was so angry. I was so angry and I had so much resentment towards him. I was mad because I didn't get to take a break. I didn't get to go out and get high. I didn't get to let loose. And so I used food to cope with that feeling. And it got so bad that at my highest in 2021, I was 250 pounds. Yesterday, I weighed myself, and I'm 207.4, you guys. And I'm so fucking proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. Today is day 15, just so y'all know, on my healthy eating. I'm going to go walking here in a second and mark it off on my calendar. But I have fixed myself some Brussels sprouts, and then I am baking myself some salmon. You can't really see it in there, but it's like got all different flavors on it. Let me see. It's blackened Atlantic salmon. I got one that's seasoned this time. What the hell? Why is that beeping? I'm like, why is that beeping? We're okay. But anyways, this is real life. Food addiction has been my hardest addiction to overcome. So if you're like me and you found yourself using food to comfort yourself or to deal with situations, you're not alone. You're not alone, and we can do this. I'm taking my power back. Food doesn't make my choices. I make my fucking choices today. And so do you. Let's do it together. Join me. Day 15. I'll come back and I'll update you guys after I get done doing my 4.41 mile mark. 1 mile walk.